3 reasons to take protein supplements. Firstly, shout out to all you guys out there who are working harder than Bear Grylls, resisting those muesli bars from his co-stars while he squeezes juices from elephant poo. 3 reasons to take protein supplements? Well, let me tell you a story. This story is called The Potion Master. I was tightly holding my locked luggage close by my side like I'm doing a farmer's walk at the world's strongest man contest. On est. I use every inch of muscle to lift up and throw the suitcases onto the moving black conveyor belt. The unimpressed lady weighs it. It's fine, she says, then applies the white band to the handle as if to signal that the bag has a 50-50 chance to make it to my destination. My estimation, it then bounces through the cavity in the wall like a frozen programmed mouse going back into its house. We pass to the checkpoints where every guard has that guilty until proven innocent look about them. We eventually get called onto the long walkway, which is a hallway for us to get onto the plane, sit down, strap ourselves in for the long journey. We fly across the Indian Ocean all the way over to the motherland, South Africa. We land, get our bags from that dolly machine, and slowly get into a taxi and go to a hotel. We land at the hotel and the assistant grabs our suitcases and she's smiling at our new faces and lugs them back up to the hotel. No army, but this is our new basis. Like Jack Bauer trying to prevent a terrorist attack within 24 hours. We waste no time and get a hold of the nearest local tour guide and tell him to take us around this diamond-encrusted nation, vacant, so we hop onto the bus. As expected, the usual characters are sitting around us. There's a guy with a camera around his neck, looking like he's ready for rhino poaching. There's a woman looking like her husband dragged her from the nearest Prada store into the family RV. And lastly, there's a guy who wants to talk more than a vegan outside of McDonald's. The engine revs, the gears change, the wheels turn. After excitedly staring out the window for a full clock rotation, we eventually come to a halt at the local township location. We get out of the vehicle without prodded motivation, and we are surrounded by more corrugated steel than a scene from the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. I reckon these makeshift houses make Jamie Jury look like a novice. And even though the judges from the movie The Castle will pull up their noses at these dwellings, Dale Kerrigan would still find a home amongst these makeshift buildings. We slowly walk on the red earth that is hardened course, fearful but excited about exploring this new territory. I look straight over into the distance, and there's a rundown block of toilets that even a man with irritable bowel syndrome who just had 10 burritos and a curry wouldn't even use. But we carefully plant our shoes on the ground and keep our eyes peeled like a bank robbery getaway car. The man looks like he's yet to wake up. We head into this mysterious man's shack. He looks mystique, like all he needs is some black sunglasses and a Burberry trench coat, and Neo from the Matrix will pop out and say, yes, he's one of us. Anyway, we learn that this man in this mysterious shack, he's the local township witch doctor. Proper. He's sitting in this big black chair, something that King James would think, shit, that's rare. Behind him are numerous glass shelves with glass dusted bottles and flasks with cork lids. Each glassware is curved with a unique shape as if a medieval glassmaker made them after a strong hallucinogenic experience. Delirious. Black and green liquids inside the shapes flow from side to side with each step from us entering this man's shack. It looks like something straight out of Professor Snape's novice. As we're all sitting down, listening to this man talk about himself, all our eyes turn to the right like a paused tennis match. There's a lone green turtle walking around the shack with his eyes focused on us. It's like he's a guard dog scoping out any possible threat, and yet we all look at each other with our eyebrows raised, but none of us say a word. He goes on to say that he heals people. He says, people come to me with a medical problem and I heal them. He tells us many stories of people coming with injuries and issues, and when they leave, they're perfectly fine. A few of us look around and wonder whether his healing techniques would stand up in the laboratories of the CSIRO and Sir John Ash Monash Hospital. But anyway, a couple of people are asking more questions, but I can only concentrate on the liquids behind the healer and contemplate what possibilities they could be. An elixir? One to make you live long? Or a potion that can make any girl fall in love with you? Hello, Halle Berry. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the story of the Potion Master. People of the tube, let us climb one more analogy tree to understand why we have 3 reasons to take protein supplements. When I was smaller, my room was filled with miniature plastic basketball hoops and a moon-shaped glow-in-the-dark stickers stuck to the ceiling. My feeling one morning I woke up coughing like I'd been dragging on Marlboro Reds for 20 years. Snot running down my nose faster than Michael Johnson back 20 years. My mum came barging into the room, ready to rip the sheets off me like her and the principal had been waiting outside my bedroom door for an hour. I cower, but then like Neville Longbottom being hit by the Petrificus totalis spell, my mum instantly froze and realized that I was not well. She said, "Don't worry, you can stay at home until you get better. I'll go back, make the call, and also write out the letter." She came in a while later with a blue flat rubber bottle filled with soothing warm water. She placed it on my chest, where it felt like a cushion for my sick soul to rest upon. She left her son, but the room filled with all this pleasure. I felt very good and comforted during this time of sickness. I felt like someone was really trying to help me get through this time of weakness. I felt as though I was going to be healthy again, and I was going to be playing two-score with my friends like a young Kevin Rudd. So ladies and gentlemen, the reason why you should take protein supplements is because if you feel that it helps you, then it will. There is something called psychophysical or psychosomatic responses. All it means is that if I'm stressed out from work or life, my body will release cortisol. Cortisol is a hormone that is increased due to stress. It can break down proteins in a process called gluconeogenesis, or basically turning proteins into glucose for energy. This is different to if I'm happy and laughing, I'm going to release endorphins. Endorphins reduce stress and they will reduce cortisol, which will in turn potentially reduce the breakdown of proteins. So ladies and gentlemen, you can start to see with this analogy tree and these 3 examples that if we believe something works, then it's going to provide a positive benefit for us. So the 3 reasons why you should take protein supplements is, number 1, if you feel it's going to make you stronger, it's going to make you lift those weights better, and it's going to help you get leaner, then go out there onto those online shops, click those cookies and creams and butter and all those flavors, get your protein bars and get your protein powder. The number 2, the second reason why you should buy protein supplements is because of cost. You can save money because you're going to get around 30 to 40 grams of protein for about $1.84 per serving. This is equivalent to 2 to 3 cans of tuna and spring water, which equates to around $3 to $4 per serving. Or 150 gram steak, which is around $4 to $5 per serving. So you can see that by using protein powder, you're actually going to save money when you're talking about the amount of protein and the quality of protein versus a comparative item. The third reason why you should use protein supplements is because of time, okay? It's gonna take you around 20 minutes to prepare and cook the chicken, okay? Plus you gotta flavor it and whatnot. On top of that, once you cook the chicken, you're gonna have to cool it down and put it in the refrigerator or freeze it. The next thing is, once you have to eat the food, you're gonna have to warm it up or figure out a way, because otherwise cold chicken, cold food, it's probably not gonna taste as good, okay? So not only are you gonna have to cook the food, which is gonna take time, okay, for a competitive protein, you're gonna have to heat it up to eat it as well. And if you're working, I don't know, if you're a tradie on site, wherever you are, you might not be able to warm up or heat up food during, the hours of 9 to 5. You might have to wait till you get home or whatnot. So another one is time. Guys, that's it for 3 reasons why you should take protein supplements, okay? If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Just click the bottom right hand of your screen button, yes, and you will see subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up like the in-betweeners. Friends, make sure you comment if you have any questions. It's Stefan Ramsey here at SXT Fit. I'll see you next week, Monday at 3 p.m. Peace be upon him.